So good day, my dear STEM students. So in today's topic, we'll be discussing all about empirical formula. So how to compute for the empirical formula, you need the following. Number one, you need your periodic table. Okay, number two, you need a calculator. Kahit hindi mo na scientific, okay lang. Basta meron kayong magamit na calculator. You can use your calculator dun sa inyong mga mobile devices. Okay, number three, you have to have your knowledge in computing for the number of moles. Number four, computing for the number of or the percentage composition. And then how to compute for the formula in molecular mass. These three topics is already given to you in our previous discussion. Kung nakalimutan, you just simply visit our YouTube channel para mapanood nyo ulit yung lessons na to. It is already uploaded, so you should check on that. So in this lesson, you should be able to calculate the empirical formula from the percentage composition of a given compound. Okay. So what is empirical formula? So the empirical formula is the formula derived from percentage composition data. This percentage composition data pwedeng given sa problem, pwedeng i-compute nyo muna para magkaroon ng percentage. Kailangan nasa percentage composition siya bago kayo mag-start mag-compute ng empirical formula. Then, empirical formula is also called as the simplest formula kasi kung makikita ninyo, so all the ratio or the subscript in the empirical formula is in the smallest mole value or smallest subscript. Okay, simplified. Okay, next. The empirical formula gives information of the smallest atomic ratio in a molecule. When we are talking about atomic ratio, we are dealing with the subscript of your empirical formula. So the subscript, yun yung ibig sabihin ng smallest atomic ratio in a molecule. So let us have sample problem number 1. What is the empirical formula of a substance that contains 11.1% hydrogen and 88.89% oxygen? So you have to calculate or derive for the empirical formula using step 1. Okay, so step 1. Assuming 100 gram sample, just simply change the percentage sign of the given element to grams. So, hindi mo na magko-compute. Just simply change it to grams and then that's it. That is for step 1. So, this two value, 11.1 grams hydrogen and 88.89 grams hydrogen will be used in your step 2 in computing for the number of moles. So how to compute for the number of moles? The number of moles is computed as N is equal to mass over atomic mass. Okay, so the mass, yan yung mass doon sa step 1. Yung change yung percentage divided by the atomic mass. The atomic mass value, you just simply consult your periodic table to get the atomic mass value of the elements given doon sa sample problem natin. So in this case, we have hydrogen. So hydrogen is 11.1 grams hydrogen coming from the value in step 1 divided by the atomic mass value coming from the periodic table, and then you divide 11.1 grams to 1.0 gram per mole hydrogen. You cancel grams to get 11.11 moles of hydrogen. Okay, for our next element, which is oxygen. Oxygen is 88.89 grams divided by 16 gram per mole. So 16 gram per mole coming from the periodic table value of the mass of oxygen. Then cancel grams. You will get 5.55 moles of oxygen. So we have 2 mole value in step 2. So ang ginawa natin is you convert mass to mole. This is mass to mole stoichiometry. Okay, so let's proceed to step 3. So get the ratio of elements by dividing each calculated mole value in step 2 by the smallest computed mole. Okay, smallest. So between 11.11 moles tsaka 5.55, ito yung smallest. So yung 5.55 will become your denominator. So hydrogen, 11.11 moles divided by the smallest, that is 5.55. So you will get, you cancel the unit and you will get 2. Then for oxygen, that is 5.55 Then divided by 5.55, cancel the unit, and you will get 1. Okay, for our step 4, the computed ratio from step 4 will become the subscript of your empirical formula. So in this case, the computed value is 2 and 1. So kung i-derive nyo na ngayon yung inyong empirical formula, paano yung pagkasunod-sunod ng element? Kung ano yung pagkasunod-sunod ng element doon sa problem, yun din yung pagkasunod-sunod ng element doon sa inyong derived empirical formula. So the first element is hydrogen, and then you will write the ratio or the subscript computed from step 3, which is 2, and then next is oxygen, and then you will write 1. Kahit hindi na isulat ang 1 kasi we all know that understood na yan, kung walang subscript is already 1. So this is the derived empirical formula of the unknown substance given its percentage elemental composition. So easy. Next. So another way of solving for the empirical formula, so calculate the empirical formula of an unknown compound containing 25.9% nitrogen and 74.1% oxygen. You can present this as this data table. So element mass, atomic mass, number of moles, and then the simplest ratio, and then derive the empirical formula. So for our elements is nitrogen and oxygen. So the mass is 25.9 and 74.1 grams. So coming from the given dun sa inyong problem, you just simply change the percentage sign to grams. So atomic mass, that is gram per mole. So just consult your periodic table. For nitrogen, we have 14.0 gram per mole, and then for oxygen is 16.0 gram per mole. And then you compute for the number of moles. This is mass to mole. So number of moles is N over mass divided by the atomic mass of each element. So 25.9 grams divided by 14.0 grams per mole, you cancel grams, and then you will get 1.85 moles of nitrogen. For oxygen, that is 74.1 grams divided by 16.0 gram per mole, cancel grams, you will get 4.63 moles of oxygen. And then for our simplest ratio, you get the mole ratio by dividing each computed mole value to the smallest mole quantity. So ano yung smallest? That is 1.85. So 1.85, rewrite lang, divided by 1.85, the smallest, and then cancel the unit, and then you will get 1. Then next, for oxygen, we have 44.63 moles of oxygen divided by 1.85 moles. So when you divide that and then cancel the unit, you will get 2.5. Take note, pag nakuha nyo is 2.5, okay? So hindi siya naging whole number. So kailangan natin whole number kasi yun yung magiging subscript natin. So kapag 2.5, pag 0.5, you will think of a number that when you multiply 2.5, it will become whole number. Okay? Pero kapag ang deal natin dito, ang agreement natin when computing for the empirical formula, kapag ang nakuha nyo, so in this particular step is 2.4, 2.3, 2.2, 2.1. So retain nyo na lang yung pinaka-whole number. Drop nyo na yung decimal point. Pero kung halimbawa naman naging siyang 2.6, 2.7, 2.8, 2.9, you round off na. No need to multiply para maging whole number. Just simply round off. Mag-multiply lang tayo kapag ang nakuha nyong value is 2.5. So, you think of a number na kapag minultiply yung 2.5, magiging whole number. So, that is 2. You multiply it by 2, then you will get 5. Pag nag-multiply kayo ng 2 dun sa isang element, you will multiply also the other element doon sa ginamit nyong number, which is 2. So, you multiply 1 by 2 and then you will get 2. 2 and 5 then will become the subscript of your empirical formula. So, your empirical formula for nitrogen, that is 2, and then for oxygen is 5. You name this as dinitrogen pentaoxide. So, that's it. So, ganun lang siya kasimple. Okay? So, if you have questions, just leave your comment below and do not forget to subscribe to our official YouTube channel for STEM. Thank you.